Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I am here with my second account and we're going to talk real quick about having dual accounts and what benefit there would be to you as far as making RP and playing the game. Now, a lot of people immediately say, well, why would you want two accounts? For me, the main benefit of two accounts is it actually saves me time when it comes to making RP for the crew. In the end, the game is all about making RP, and having a second account that can instantly match to your main account in live racing means you can get into a live race, join a wild card, and start making RP very quickly. Not only that, when you're swapping, you're relying on other player working with you, coordinating without a chat, without knowing what the other player's thinking, and hoping that they're going to be able to understand what you want and work with your timing and try to get RP through other players. That doesn't work well all the time, and the best wildcard is the 1 hour wildcard, which means you're on a time crunch. So when you have a second account like I do, and when you use this method that I'm using, which is simply matching two accounts to each other and then having one account simply win every race, it maximizes your benefit during a wildcard. One, you find a opponent immediately that you can trust, because I hope you can trust yourself. And two, you do not need to swap. You can literally win the race as you see fit and just simply win it. I actually screwed up a little there and let my other account win, but if you control your timing well, you can easily allow one account to take all the wins during that account's wildcard and vice versa. So both accounts can actually build up very quickly in RP because you're not relying on swapping, which takes twice the time to make the same RP because you're winning one, losing one. In this case, what I can do from here on is win every race. And how do you do that? Well, you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and then have the other guy catch up. And boom, my guy passes the other guy, win. And then as long as you do this, and I like the F1 for this both for two reasons. One, the shift pattern allows you to do it this way very easily. Two, the F1 makes ridiculous points. As you can see, I'm not on a wild card and my F1's making 1519 RP per race. Now during a wild card it makes 3000 per race. And if you're quick with two devices that are pretty well matched in performance, or you have two phones where your fingers can rest on top of each other to do it quickly, you can actually get in probably close to 100 races, if not over that, in the span of an hour. Wins. That means 300K in 1 hour. Sure, it's a lot tougher to actually get that done, but in an hour and a half I can probably cap 300K even if the wildcard runs out. And doing a 70 wildcard with about 2300 RP per race, I am still able to get through 2 hours in cap regardless, if I want to do that. The benefit of this way is that mainly you're not relying on other people, you're able to take all the wins, you're making RP twice as fast as a result, and you have no issue with any of the normal concerns of live racing where you'll lose because, hey, the other guy cheated, my car's slower. You don't have to do this with two very fast cars, but of course it makes the process even slower. If you use two slower cars, you can still match up and do this. In addition, you can transfer money between the accounts to help each other out as needed. Both accounts end up making good RP, so you can actually have the second account in the same or a separate crew, meeting milestone requirements. Even though that account may not have as high RP, I've never really had an issue getting my accounts to get enough RP on both accounts to meet the crew minimum on a milestone. So this is why I run two accounts. It's not for everybody, and a lot of times people think it's a lot more work. Mainly where it can be a little more work is because if you're trying to do stuff like the weekly elite, the crew cups and stuff like that, you will have to run both accounts cups, which means twice as many races. And certainly things like the prize cup, the prestige cup, that can get a little monotonous with 50 races, 30 races, and you have to do it twice Not to mention trying to build cars on both accounts. But again, once you get one account up, getting silver keys is not an issue either, because you just let the other one win 15 races real fast and you get the silver keys. Everything from an earning standpoint gets easier. This is a lot easier once you get the hang of having the two accounts than running one account and having to go out there and try to get into live and do stuff. Now, people who don't like to run two accounts tend to like Showdown for that reason, because Showdown is very quick turnaround. But unlike Showdown, where if you don't have the Apex car fully built, you're not going to get very far before you start losing a bunch. In this situation, I have no loss issues. I can just keep winning against my second account in live at any time, at anywhere that I need. So it is really just to streamline RP earning in CSR2. And CSR2, winning and losing, is more about the RP than anything. Everything about the game is about RP earning, not so much your win-loss ratios or anything like that. So speeding up the way you can earn RP makes the game easier for you to move forward. Do I still race other people? Absolutely. You know, I tune cars for live racing. I just don't bring this car or that car, because when I bring them, it's for me. I take care of my RP earnings. Then I spend some time, when I feel like it, I go into live with various other cars, and I actually race people. I don't swap. Again, since I don't need to swap to earn RP, this is why I don't bother to swap when I'm playing to test out live tunes. In any case, that is the quick explanation of why I run two accounts and what the benefits are when it comes to RP earning with two accounts. If you have additional questions about dual accounting and what negatives there may be, well, quick negatives really is what I mentioned earlier. You got to run a lot of stuff twice. But the benefit is, when it comes to actual RP earning, which is almost always in live or showdown for most seasons, you're going to earn a lot more. Plus, you can have two accounts where you could test the keys to see if you get some different cars. Like some cars I have on one account I didn't have on the other account, or liveries. So those are all side benefits of having two accounts. Overall, I think if you have two devices and two accounts on those devices, they have to be distinct devices, distinct Google Play accounts. I don't know how Apple works, but on Google, two Google emails that are not related on two Google devices will allow you to access two games. They're not going to overlap. Do not run two accounts on one device, because one, you can't do what I'm doing, which is quick swaps on live, and secondly, you run the risk of overlapping and actually overwriting each other account on the same device. So two devices, two accounts, and you can go ahead and power build your second account with your main by transferring some money in live, and soon enough you'll find that you'll have at least one car, may not be the best car, but one car in the second account that may be able to match up to one car in the first account, and then you can start doing what I do when it comes to RP grinding. You need a car with at least 1,000 plus Evo if you want to do this in live. Otherwise, the RP is so low that it's not worth it. So the second account does have to be built up for a bit. That is one of the other things that you have to do. It's kind of a negative. You got to build a second account up. But again, with the cash from the first account, the beginning portions can be made. You can make it through that a lot quicker. Even the FTO, not FTO, the GTO Ferrari 250 GTO, when it's maxed out or close to it, makes good RP. So that could be a starter trade car for you. And then later, as you go through and get the F1 and other legend cars, you can use those. Or if you get a purple star or 5 gold star car that carries high Evo, you can use that as your swap cars with your two accounts. But again, you don't actually need to swap. You could just take one account and win all the races during a wild card, and you'll find that RP generation becomes a lot easier. For crews with slightly higher RP requirements, particularly milestone crews that are in the top 500 or 300, trying to make 1.5 million, 2 million, I can tell you, I barely try to play anymore because I like to do other stuff and I have to make videos, and making 1.5 to 2 million really doesn't make me work because it's between the free RP, the Prestige Cup, and just doing it this way during 1 or 2 wildcards where I can cap very quickly. I have no issues going through the season and making my RPs. So that's basically my video about dual accounting. I know it gets asked on Danny Lightning's streams, but he doesn't run 2 accounts, so it's very hard to answer for him. I'm giving you my view on it and why I do it. So feel free to ask me questions, and I'll try to, explain better if there's things in this video that doesn't quite answer your questions or concerns. If you like the video, leave a like. If this information is helpful to your friends, or your friends are asking about this, share it with them. Let them see the video. Let them ask me questions as needed. If you like my channel and would like to get notifications when I put up videos like this, subscribe, hit the bell, and you get those notifications. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.